Hi, this is Captain Pete from Erie, Pennsylvania to talk to you a little bit about how we've been catching a lot of walleyes this month. It's June and we've been using a lot of jet divers and spoons, which have been really productive to catch these walleyes in Erie. The walleyes have been on the smaller side, you know, anywhere from say 15 to 22 inches. We find that the smaller walleyes really like jet divers and spoon presentations. Bigger walleyes seem to shy away from the jets, so then we've been going to lead core, or would go to lead core, but since we've been inundated with a lot of small walleyes in Erie, Lake Erie in general, we pulled out the jets last year and have been doing very well this year. So we're going to talk a little bit about jets and spoons. A lot of the spoons we've been using have been these Silver Horde Silver Knight spoons. These are a 3.5 size. It's a little bit smaller. They're extremely light. They have a great silver plate finish on them. We've been using the 3.0s, probably more. It's a little smaller. This color has been extremely productive. This is another silver plate finish. 3.0 spoon, very light. They work great behind these jets. The smaller size is the Kingfisher size. This is I think a size 3 Kingfisher. Really nice, light, small spoon in a variety of colors. They have either a silver plate finish, and some have this it's like a tin can finish on the back versus a silver plate. They come in a variety of different sizes. And we've also been mixing in Dreamweaver WDs, which is their smallest spoon behind jets. They come again in a variety of different colors. This is the smallest one Dreamweaver makes. The jets, we've been running 30 jets. These are 40s. Basically, there's two styles. There's a type of jet that'll trip. They have a tripping mechanism. Dreamweaver makes a Tripsy jet now that has this. This is a 40. Basically, you snap your line and this should pop like a Dipsy diver. These are the old Lure Jensen jets that have been out forever. These do not trip, but when you hook a fish, most of the time it's supposed to float up to the surface, so you don't have to fight the jet and the fish. So these also still work. You still can use these as well as these tripping devices. Leader length, we're going to talk a little bit about leaders, how far to put these behind these jets. I typically go about one full length like this, and then about half the distance here, which is about 8 to 9 feet leader. You can use as light as 12-pound fluorocarbon, or you can go up to 16-pound. I don't recommend going heavier than 16-pound because, again, you have light spoons, you want them to work. So 12 to 16-pound fluorocarbon. I use Gamma. It's important to use a small swivel. I like to use the Dreamweaver tournament grade number 1s. You probably could use the number 2s, but again, small spoons, light spoons, you know, flashy, effective presentation, especially slow behind these jets. So I'll use a number 1 Dreamweaver tournament grade swivel behind these with these. We're going to talk a little bit how to store these. And this is what we do. We have a number 2 Dreamweaver tournament grade swivel here, and we'll just snap that leader on, which is, it's a Duralock snap on one end. And basically we're just going to wind this up a few clicks here like this, and we're just going to wrap this leader right around the spool like this and bring that right up and connect it either to your snap swivel, or you can put it on a line guide. So basically my rod is pretty much loaded, so all I got to do is, when I'm ready to fish, is disconnect this, attach my jet, and I am in business. So that's one way. These jets, we just got back from fishing. We took a quick limit of fish again today, and basically, you know, we just wrapped our rods up similar fashion right around the reel. We've got the jet intact, so all we're going to do is basically disconnect this pull this around the reel like that, and we're going to deploy this, you know, right in the water like this, out the back of the boat. So this one's ready to go. And again, when we're done fishing, all we got to do is pull this out, wrap it right around. If we want to leave our spoon and jet right on there, it's just connect it just like that. So we are locked and loaded for tomorrow morning. So that's some basics of jet fishing. It's been very productive, especially when the fish are small. So if you haven't got into jets, you got to try it. You know, we've been putting sides of plugs out the last few days, and the jets are just beating the plugs pretty bad right now. So we feel if we'd had 2 sets of jets out, you know, we would have been limiting out a lot quicker. So try the jets. Good luck. Now we're going to talk about the jets themselves. Typically up here we're going with 20s, which is this size right here. That's a size 20. I label mine because sometimes if you look at a 20 and 30 in the morning, it's hard to tell the difference. So I'll just take a magic marker and put a 20 on those, but that's a 20. This is a 30. And these are a pair of 40s right here. This is a Trip C jet, and this is a Lure Jensen jet. So typically we don't run 50s. If we're into 50s, we're typically going to pull out the lead core by then. So basically in Erie we're going 20s, 30s, and 40s. What's nice about these, if you put about 100 foot of line out, super braid, these are going to run pretty true to 20 feet for a 20, 30 for a 30, and 40 for a 40. So you can accurately fish the water column you want. You could start with a side of 20s, which are going to be in that 20-foot zone. You could dump a side of 30s out, and so you know you're covering 2 different depths while you're trolling. And then you can amend that. You know, if the 20s are firing, you can dump your 30s and put 20s out. As the day goes, you can easily pull your 30s. If the 30s have been good and they cool off, you could put a side of 40s out and immediately drop them down another 8 or 10 feet. So that's one other item about the jets. It's controlled fishing. One other item while jet fishing, we're going to talk a little bit about rods and reel. I am using a 7-foot Telora medium light stick, which is perfect for jet fishing and planer board fishing. I like to use these Takota 300 line counters. They hold an awful lot of line. They have a great retrieve, very smooth drags, and we are loading these with 30-pound Power Pro super braid line. We're putting at least 200 feet on the front end and putting a quality backing behind these. So we got backing, we got about 200 feet of 30-pound Power Pro, and then we have a Dreamweaver tournament grade #2 snap swivel jet, and then we've got either 12 or 16-pound fluorocarbon leader, about 9 foot worth, and then we've got a #1 Dreamweaver tournament grade snap swivel on the spoon end. So that's basically our rod and reel setup.